I played 100 Days of Stardew Valley, but as a forager. Hello everybody, this is Gamer Gar. Welcome back to a Stardew Valley 1.6 Foraging Challenge. In this video, we're going to play through one whole year of Stardew Valley. Let's see how much money we can make using the foraging skill. Let's see if we can obtain foraging mastery. This video is broken down into smaller videos, so you're just going to see spring in this video, and over the next few days and weeks, you will see summer, fall and winter. Then I'll release one big video of the Stardew Valley 1.6 Foraging Challenge. So we're going to start by getting our parsnip seeds, cutting down some trees, we're going to water up those crops, and we're going to make a chest, and we're going to search the whole of Stardew Valley today for as many forageables as possible. We want to get our foraging skill up to level 10 as quickly as possible, but if we want to obtain foraging mastery, we are going to have to get the rest of our skills to level 10 as well. So we're going to need to farm, fish, mine and slay tons of monsters in order to get into the mastery cave and get the very best of what foraging has to offer. For spring, we are focusing more on skill ups over money earned. So we are going to try our absolute best to get as many skill ups as possible across the course of all our professions. Now I do get a lot of forageables today, but what I'm really hoping for is a leek, and unfortunately we didn't get any leeks today, so we can't go ahead and make spring wild seeds. There wasn't that much forageables to pick up today, so in order for us to get foraging level 1, we're going to have to cut down a ton of trees tonight. Now I do have a little bit of energy left, and I was just about managed to cut down enough trees to get that skill in foraging. That means we can wake up tomorrow with full energy, ready for another day of grinding. So there's a help wanted quest today. Robin is looking for the parsnip. She's offered 105 gold. We'll pick up the quest and see if we can get the parsnip to Robin before the timer runs out. I get lots of dandelions and daffodils today, and I'm still hoping to get a leek up in the mountain area. I also get some spring onions. Now you don't get a whole lot of XP for putting them out, but they are handy for energy early on in the challenge. Lots more horseradishes and dandelions today. We also pay Willie a visit. He gives us a free fishing rod, so we're going to spend a great deal of time today pulling up fish. We do get some good treasures, including coal, which is really nice. I'm looking to get fishing up as quickly as I can. Once we get fishing to level 10 though, we're probably going to park it, because this challenge is all about foraging and how much money we can make with just a foraging perk. I do get bubbles up in the lake today, so that was really nice. I managed to put up tons of fish. The chubs and all the other fish will come in real handy for energy when it comes to going to the mines and making progression there. The next day it was raining, but instead of going straight down for catfish, we're going to go back to Cindersap Forest and try to pull up as many forageables as possible. I got lots of spring onions today. I then paid Willie a visit and I purchased the fiberglass rod. This gives us a much more lucrative loot pool when it comes to getting treasures out of those fishing treasure chests. I'm also going to try to pull up tons of catfish today to get lots of money. The next day we're getting more wild horseradishes. We're still hoping for a leek though, so we can make some spring wild seeds. I did lots of fishing today, level 6, so we're almost there with the fishing skill. Marnie paid us a visit today, and we selected the dog of course, and we're going to call the dog Fluffy Fish after one of our newest channel members. So a big welcome to Fluffy Fish. The next thing we're going to do is pull up all of our lovely parsnips. We're going to use these for energy as we delve through the mines and try to make as much progress as we possibly can. We also get our first level up in farming there too, and we finally get our first leek just beside Robin's house, which was really nice. We really needed that to get the ball rolling with tons of spring forageables for year 1. We're now going to enter the mines. I found a really nice copper cluster here, and I managed to get a cherry bomb there off killing one of those crabs. So I blew up the cluster, got tons of XP. We made it down to level 10, picked up the leather boots. I got a few more copper clusters today, so I used up a few cherry bombs to blow them up just to save myself time and energy. The next day I'm going to make some furnaces, and we are going to get to smelting as quickly as we can. Once I upgrade some tools a little bit, we'll be able to make way more progress in the game. I managed to get an ancient seed off of a fly in the mines there, so an early ancient seed is really nice. That means we can get an ancient crop farm going, and that's going to give us lots of farming XP later on. Normally I keep the diamond for the troubleshot espresso for when I'm doing skull cavern runs, but I really needed money, so I sold it to Clint. In return, I'm going to get a backpack upgrade, and this is badly needed because I keep throwing away valuable items in the mines or if I'm doing a lot of fishing. With the rest of the money I have, I'm going to talk to Pierre and I'm going to purchase tons of kale seeds. And the reason why I'm getting all the kale is because I need to get my farming to level 10. If we want to get foraging mastery, we need to max out all of these skills as quickly as possible. Before I go back to the farm, I'm going to pick up some more forageables, and the rest of the day will be spent just putting down all of this kale, watering up the kale. It is going to take a lot of energy, a lot of time, but that time and effort will pay off when we get huge amounts of money from selling the kale and huge amounts of farming XP. I repaired the bridge this evening using 300 wood. I can now access the east side of the beach and I get my hands on tons of forageables, which is more XP and money for me. The next day starts with watering up the crops. The priority now was to get level 6 farming, make the quality sprinklers and automate the farming process. With the completion of the spring foraging bundle, I was able to get 30 free spring seeds. They're a welcome addition to our farm. I also give Gunther the carp here that he's been asking for. The reward is small, but we want to complete those quests to get prize tickets, and we can get some very potent rewards with those prize tickets down the road. It was also Merluce's birthday. I didn't have a whole lot of stuff to give him, so I just gave him a daffodil to keep him happy. The rest of the day was spent pulling up fish in the hopes to increase our fishing skill as quickly as possible. We're also going to go to Clint here as well. We're going to upgrade our pickaxe to a copper pickaxe so we can make faster progression in the mines. We're now going to visit Cindersap Forest, pull up some spring wild onions and do even more fishing. Fishing is going to be the skill we're probably going to get to level 10 first, followed by farming, followed by the rest of them after that. I got some carrot seeds today, and carrots are amazing at giving you back lots of energy. So we're on the hunt today for more forageables. Managed to hope a bone flute, which is pretty rare, and I would either sell that or give that to Gunther down the road, depending on if I badly need money or not. Demetrius was looking for a quartz. We will oblige, of course, and the rest of the day I'm going to spend cutting down lots of trees here because I need to get a lot more wood. I also need to make a lot of space on the farm if I want to make tons of tree farms later on with the foraging challenge. So today was just tons of cutting, and wood collection. This is going to pay off greatly though, especially when we get into summer. I needed to cut down one more tree to get foraging skill up level 3, so I took a green algae that I got there from fishing, and that gave me just enough energy to cut down this last tree to finally get my foraging up one more level. Foraging is a very difficult skill to level up in my opinion, so we need to make the most of it early on by cutting down as many trees as possible. The next day, this is a sight to behold. On the left we've got tons of foraging, and on the right we have tons of kale. It does mean we have to water a lot though, but we will get there in the end. We get our copper pickaxe off Clint. We do have 6800 gold and we do have some copper bars, so we're going to hand in the axe to upgrade to a copper axe. The more we upgrade our axe, the less swings it's going to take to cut down a tree. That's more foraging XP for us. Took a nice stroll up to the mountain area today to find a couple of leeks. I was very happy with that. I made some more spring wild seeds, 20 in total. So I'm going to mine away some rocks here to make some space on the farm. Then we're going to hoe up the ground a little bit, and we're going to plant and water up those new spring seeds. And they will come to fruition in just 7 days. We're now going to give Demetrius the quartz that he requested. That's going to give us some nice relationship points with Demetrius, some money, but more importantly, we'll be one step closer to getting some prize tickets. I got some diamonds today in the mines, 150 mining XP per diamond, so it's really good to get those. I had a quick look at Marcelo's books today. I couldn't afford too many books. I decided to save my money for now, but if I really need skill XPs later on, I can just get some skill books off Marcelo there, no problem. For the rest of the day, we're going to go back into the mines. We're on the dark floors at the moment. We just have the regular steel sword right now, but I do hope to get a much better weapon in the future to make shorter work of those enemies. When I got down before 40, I picked up the slingshot. I don't actually use that, so it just stores it away for now. The next day, we are going to pay the lovely Clint a visit. Clint will give us back our copper axe. Now, we had 7600 gold. I also had some iron bars, so I decided to do an early upgrade now with the pickaxe and just get it upgraded to a steel pickaxe. That will sort us out now for the rest of the mines and skull cavern runs for the foreseeable future. Because we had our copper axe, I was able to chop away the tree stump just north here of the Georgian Mart, literally just beside Marcelo's bookshop, and I was able to get a free prize ticket. I gave Gus a flounder today, and that was another prize ticket in the bag, so we now had a few prize tickets accumulated. Plus 300 gold was really nice for the flounder. Because my axe was a copper grade, I was able to get rid of all of the tree stumps on my farm. Not only does this give me good foraging XP, it also gives me hardwood, and we are going to need tons of hardwood later on in the challenge. We also get the first batch of our kale, and we are going to get tons of farming XP from that and money. I thought I could sell my kale to Pierre at the event, but no, you can't sell him anything. So I just had a few thousand gold to spend on strawberry seeds. I did want to get a lot more strawberry seeds, but alas, the kale did not grow in time. Not to worry though, we do win the Easter event as per usual. We get our straw hat. But before today is over, we are going to run down to the beach and get any sneaky forageables before they disappear as a new week is approaching. That night, we do get a visit from a fairy, and it does bless our strawberry seeds, which means we can harvest a ton of strawberries the next day. This was an absolute game changer for us, and it's a very rare event to get the fairy. Demetrius smells the money. He visits us the next day. He offers us a mushroom or a bat cave. I'm going to go with mushrooms because every second day we can select the mushrooms, and that means lots of energy for us. Getting the first harvest of strawberries this early is a game changer because every couple of days now we'll be able to harvest those bushes over and over again. I got my steel pickaxe off Clint, but we're going to get him to upgrade the axe now to the steel axe, and this way we can get rid of the large tree stumps, and we can also get into the secret woods and farm regular tree stumps in there every single day. It just means getting foraging up to level 10 will go a bit faster. So it was Haley's birthday. We gave her the daffodil. She was pretty happy with that. I went back into the mines with my newly acquired steel pickaxe. Managed to get up another diamond there, which is very nice indeed. General mine progression is a goal. Let's see how far we can get down today. So I managed to get the Monster Compendium Book of Power. This means monsters have a chance, a small chance, but still a chance to drop double the loot when they are felled. I got the Crystal Dagger today, which was a weapon upgrade. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Crystal Dagger, so I might just go back to the starter levels of the mines and start killing insects to get the monster eradication goal complete, so I get the insect head. Insect head is an absolutely amazing weapon when you're starting out with combat in Stardew Valley. It's a level 6 sword type weapon, and it will make short work of the starter and middle tier enemies of the game. I also got a breakfast chair today off of a grow. I thought it was hilarious. That breakfast chair will go into our nice cozy cabin, because that's all we have now primarily, it's just a cabin. We will upgrade it down the road though. I got really lucky today as well, and I managed to get some other goodies. So we're going to go to Gil. We are going to get the insect head, 20 to 30 damage. It's going to make quite a short work of enemies. Next day was a sight to behold. Look at all these lovely spring forageables ready to be plucked up from the ground and converted back into seeds, where they go back into the ground only to multiply. And we will redo this process over and over again. Let's see how many forageables we can get by the end of this season. We now get a few small pieces of XP every time we harvest those lovely salmon berries. They're also great for energy. Robin wanted 25 pieces of stone, so we'll go ahead and do that quest as quickly as we can. It's a nice easy quest there, and it's one step closer to a prize ticket. 161 pieces of kale today we purchased from Pierre. It took us the rest of the day to plant and water that up, but that's going to be worth it. Come the end of the month, we're going to get some serious money for that kale. Because we have the steel pickaxe, we can now break open all of the large stone rocks on our farm, making for a lot more space. All this space will be super important in the next couple of weeks, especially if you want to make massive tree farms. I got the steel axe off Clint. I can now go into the secret woods, and I can now get rid of the large tree stumps, but more importantly, I can now access this really cool Book of Power. You need at least a steel pickaxe and a steel axe to get up into this location and get the Book of Power. There's a gold trash can up here just behind that tree. We get the alleyway buffet, and it's a real cool Book of Power. Basically, it increases the odds of us finding items from the trash cans scattered all around Stardew Valley. We're now going to give Robert 25 stone as you requested. We're going to get a small little bit of money for that, but more importantly, we're going to get a prize ticket soon enough. We're also going to give Caroline the daffodil too, because I want to get her the 2 hearts so I can learn the tea sapling recipe. Now, we all know the tea sapling has been nerfed, but it's still profitable. It can still make money. So we'll go back into the mines today to make some progression. I found an elite slime here, so I took my insect head, wiped it out in a few strikes, and it dropped a real cool item here called a wooden mallet. Now, the wooden mallet is a pretty good weapon, but I do prefer the insect head, so I'm going to keep that out. I got the master slingshot on floor 70 in the mines. I'm going to hold on to that. I also came across an iron cluster here and blew it up with a cherry bomb. It was so satisfying. When I got to floor 77, there was a good few iron clusters, so I just dropped a good few cherry bombs, blew it all up, because I just didn't have the time to mine it all up, and it's so satisfying to just blow it all up in one fell swoop. Before my character went unconscious, I managed to just wiggle my way down to floor 80, picked up the Firewalker boots, and I finally got level 5 mining, so we're going to go with the perk +1 ore per vein, because ores are super important at the moment, especially if we want to make loads of sprinklers in the next couple of days. So I got back some dried salmon berries today. They give a +75 energy, which is nice. So that's what I love about the dehydrator, you know. Not only will it give you back an artisan good that's worth more than what you put into it, but most of those dried goods are pretty good in terms of energy and health. So we're looking for more forageables today. Any salmonberry bushes we see, we'll give them a shake. If we see forageables on the ground, we'll pick them up. Back into the mines today. Now we can finally access the gold ores, and the more gold we get, the more sprinklers we can make. I'm still using the insect head, but when I get to floor 90, I will get the obsidian edge, and that is a pretty good upgrade. But for now, the insect head weapon is holding its own, and I'm able to wipe out most of these enemies in just a couple of swings. Down to floor 90, we do get the obsidian edge. It does hit a little bit harder than the insect head, so we will swap our weapons out. The next floor, I picked up another diamond, which is really nice. When I got down to floor 100, we get the first star drop of the foraging challenge. Let's see if we can amass all of the star drops in just 1 year. It is quite possible to do. The next day, let's pick up all these spring forageables, and we're also going to harvest all of these strawberries as well, giving us lots of farming XP. We still haven't reached level 6 farming though, so we can't make quality sprinklers just yet. But by the time we get around to making those, we will have a lot of materials to pop them out very quickly. It was a great day in the mines today. Couple of diamonds, lots of gold, and we even got the space boots at floor 110. Level 5 combat, we're going to take fighter. All attacks deal 10% more damage. Back into the mines the next day, we're just farming up more gold, progressing down to floor 120 so we can get the skull key. Rubies, diamonds, emeralds, it's all for taking, of course. We get the skull key on floor 20, this means we can now do skull cavern runs, but first we have to access the desert. The next day, we are opening up those furnaces and we are smelting up gold bars. I also used up my prize tickets today, so I got some carrot seeds. I also got the peach sapling as well, which is needed for Robin's loved gifts, especially when I get lots of friendship points with Robin early on. I sold a couple of purple mushrooms to Pierre just to get up to 10,000 gold so I can get the final backpack upgrade. Now, I could have spent that money on kale, but I had enough kale planted at the moment, so I didn't want to spend literally the whole day watering crops. The rest of the day is spent just fishing, and we also get the Mr. Key cutscene here, and this activates when you get 2 prize tickets, so I can now collect mystery boxes all around Stardew Valley. So I made a lot of recycling machines because I had an awful lot of trash items from opening up trash bins and fishing, and more times than not you just get back torches and things like that, but sometimes you can get back some really good stuff, like you can get back coal, you can even get back cloth if you put in Saga newspapers. It was time to harvest all of this fabulous kale. Level 6 farming has of course been achieved. We're also going to sell this kale to make an absolute ton of money. A help wanted quest. Abigail is looking for the daffodil. It's a nice easy quest to do, so we will oblige straight away. We're going to sell Pierre our strawberries and our kale, bringing us up to 28,000 gold. We're going to go to Morris here. We're going to pay 5,000 gold for the Joja membership. That's right. We are going the Joja route. Let's all thrive together, everybody. We're going to go to Clint, and this time we're just going to set up some stuff here in the shop because I wanted to get some money to unlock the greenhouse. So I just sold him a load of just gems there, you know. I could have given those gems into Gunther to progress the artifact quest lines, but I can always do that later. It was time to get rid of this big giant tree stump and visit the secret woods. These regular tree stumps generate back every single day, so it's a great place to go down and get all these stumps for lovely farming XP and to accumulate hardwood. I got rid of all of the big tree stumps on my farm and the regular tree stumps. All that was left was just the odd tree here and there. I really wanted to push foraging up to 10 as quickly as possible. Level 6 farming, we can now make the quality sprinkler, so we're going to mass produce those. We also got level 7 farming too and level 5 foraging. Forester is always a good choice, more wood, but we're going to take Gatherer because if we pick up double the forageables, we get double foraging XP. So if you want to get your foraging up to 10 as quickly as possible, take my advice and just go with the Gatherer perk. I'm an absolute ton of spring seeds today. It is the 22nd though, So we're not going to replant those. Instead, we're going to keep them and turn some of them into tea saplings. Kale, however, only takes 6 days to grow. So I'm just going to purchase 200 pieces of kale. I'm going to plant that back down on the farm. Today it was also raining and I got a super rare event here. Managed to get a catfish frenzy. And this just means that these large bubbles here will always give me a go at a catfish. So I absolutely abused this and I got a good few catfish from this today, which was great. Unfortunately, the frenzy didn't last long. But for what it was worth, I did get a lot of catfish and I also got a skill up on fishing as well. It would be nice to get level 10 fishing before I got into summer, so it's just one less profession to worry about when it comes to getting mastery. I spent the rest of the day just pulling up more catfish and everything else you can get down here by the river. The next day was a sight to behold. Finally, we didn't have to spend half the day watering crops. We had lots of quality sprinklers now put down on the farm. I just had to do a small little bit of watering for the extra pieces of kale that was lying around the place. I wanted to make more quality sprinklers though, so I could plant more crops in general. I'm also giving Caroline more gifts as well, and I managed to get another book of power today called Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Thick, and it gives a permanent +1 defense. This is a huge bonus because you have that now for the rest of the game, and the more defense you have, the more attacks you can take off enemies. Defense is a totally underrated stat when it comes to adventuring in Stardew Valley. If you can build up your defense to a certain level, enemies will literally hit you for 0 and 1 damage. Level 10 fishing, we're going to go with the angler. Fish worth 50% more. Today was an absolutely amazing day. Look at all these lovely foragers we get to pull up. I'm also going to turn those back into wild seeds. I'm not going to replant those though, because we don't have time to replant them now. The rest of the day is just spent cutting down trees. The steel axe just means a handful of swings and the trees will fall. We're also going to visit the flower dance today. We're going to get the tub of flowers recipe, and we're also going to pick up the rare crow as well. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have any sort of relationship to 4 stars, so I couldn't dance with any of the bachelors or bachelorettes of Stardew Valley, so I just had to watch on the sidelines. Before I went to bed, I cut down a few more trees just to make the most out of the day. The next day, it was time to harvest some more strawberries, and our farming skill was now 7, so we're getting pretty closer to maxing that out. We also got into Caroline's sunroom here as well, and she's going to give us the recipe now for the tea sapling the next day. And the tea saplings aren't going to give us huge amounts of money, but they should give us enough money where we can unlock another Joja upgrade on the old farm here. It was just cutting down more trees for the rest of the day. This is a foraging challenge after all, and what better way to spend a foraging challenge than max out your foraging skill, right? We finally get the tea sapling recipe the next day off Caroline, and I ended up making over 50 or 60 tea saplings here. Before the 1.6 patch, we would have got, you know, a little over 35,000 gold there for those tea saplings, but alas, they've been nerfed to the ground. We still get a few thousand gold though, which is nice. So we're going to sell those to Pierre, and we're going to sell the rest up to Spring Seeds. It puts us up to almost 50,000 gold. We're going to go straight over to Morris here, and we're going to unlock the greenhouse for 35,000 gold. Well, you're probably wondering, why would I unlock the greenhouse and not unlock the desert? That's because if we unlock the greenhouse early, we can put crops into that. And if we put in crops that regrow, we can harvest those every couple of days. And that's going to be a great money maker then that we can bring in every few days in summer. It also activates the raccoon side quest, and you can get some very powerful rewards from helping out the raccoon family. So we just harvested some mushrooms there from the mushroom cave. And it's nice that you get foraging XP from picking up those mushrooms too. And the rest of the day we're just cutting down more trees. We're trying to make tons of space now on the farm so we can start our lovely tree farms. Now it took me a lot of in-game hours to get all this planted today, but it is going to be so worth it. We're also very close to foraging level 7, so we should have the tree fertilizer very soon. And you're just going to see huge amounts of trees on our farm. What better way for a forager, huh? To have a big, huge, cool foraging farm. So we're going to cut down lots of trees in Cinersap Forest, and we're going to go into the secret woods as well, and we're going to harvest all of the tree stumps in here for additional foraging XP. The next day, the last batch of kale has grown, and we're going to harvest all that away. We're going to get tons of farming XP for this. We can also sell it and get tons of money. We're going to check out the traveling cart as well, and she is selling a rare seed. And because we unlocked the greenhouse, we now have the garden pot. We can put that into. Means an early sweet gem berry for us. So I sold all the kale back to Pierre, 46,000 gold, straight back to Joja here. We're going to get Another feature, this time we're going to go with the bus. It is the most expensive upgrade, but at least now we can access the desert anytime we want, and we can do skull cavern runs. We can even access Sandy's shop, so if we want to buy some starfruit for summer, we can do so as well. The rest of the day, as per usual, we're just going to cut down some trees, because there's still plenty of trees left on the farm. There's also some big rocks and regular rocks left on the farm. We're going to mine all those up as well to get even more space. And all of this space then can be turned into tree farms. We finally get level 7 foraging there from hitting down that last tree. So we can now make tree fertilizer going into the summer, which is really nice. And here is just a cool video of Morris fixing up the bus. He's such a hard worker, isn't he? Level 8 farming, we can now make kegs. Level 9 farming, we can make iridium sprinklers. So it is in our best interest to do skull cavern runs to get iridium ores and make iridium bars. Level 7 foraging, of course, the tree fertilizer. And now we are starting summer, but we're going to leave the video here. So what you've seen there is the first portion of the 100-day challenge as a forager. And I hope to get the second video out next week. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. And a huge shout out to all my channel members. Thank you so much everyone for supporting me. I will see you all in the next Stardew Valley video. Stay tuned for more exciting Stardew Valley content. If your thirst for 100-day content hasn't been quenched, just check out my 100-day playlist. It's packed with Stardew Valley 100-day challenges. Our skills are coming along nicely. We almost have our skills maxed out. Hopefully in summer we can get the foraging mastery. Thanks again everyone for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.